Hey girl, hey, this is Taylor-Nicole and you are listening to the Alleged Tea Podcast, the show that gives you all things alleged for people who love tea. Today we're going to be talking about the diet culture, dieting, New Year's resolutions, a sugar detox, fuck dieting, the toxicity of the diet culture. But before we get into that, I just want to ask you guys, how are we loving the camera quality? Are we loving the sound quality? If you guys didn't know, okay, this is going to blow your fucking mind, okay? I think we're on episode 16 of the podcast. I have edited, shot, and done everything with the podcast on my phone for the past, 4 months? So I shot all the footage on my phone, I edited on my phone, and I uploaded it off my phone. So a lot of the times when I was late uploading or doing stuff, it was because I did everything on my phone. Did not use my laptop, I did not use a camera, I did everything on my phone. So I've had this camera, ZV-1F, for I think like 6 months now, and I haven't used it because I didn't have a computer that had enough storage to upload it. So now I'm hoping that I can upload podcasts way beforehand, be on time, do a lot more in-depth research without having to worry about editing the podcast. Today we're gonna be talking about diet culture, okay? We're in December, the holidays are coming up, usually right after Christmas. Everybody jumps on the New Year's resolution train, as do I, okay? And we all start going to the gym and getting back into the gym healthy. For those of you that don't know, I've lost roughly around 30 pounds in the past year. Slow and steady wins the race. That's how you know you're gonna keep it off, okay? I haven't really eaten healthy, okay? I've eaten roughly healthy, but not super clean diet. The consequence of that is that you're gonna lose weight a lot slower, right? However, in the past month, in December, I decided to go on a sugar detox. And you would have thought that I fucking cut off my left arm. I made a comment somewhere on my social media that I said I'm doing a sugar detox, and you would think that I was literally about to enter war, okay? With the people going off on me saying I'm starting a restrictive diet, I'm promoting unhealthy fucking ways of dieting or whatever the fuck, okay? So that's what we're gonna be talking about today, okay? And basically what we're gonna be talking about is the fact that I think diet culture is toxic. I think that you should do whatever works for you. And we're gonna go into kind of what I've been doing for the past month and then what I'm gonna be doing in the next year, okay? But I personally think, my personal opinion, is that I think that diet culture is like skincare, okay? What works for me may not work for you. If I decide that I wanna use hyaluronic acid on my skin and it makes me break out, it might make your skin very nourished, right? So it's just completely different, and it's based on you and your skin and me and my skin, right? So like if I go on keto, right, and I lose all this weight, and you go on keto and you feel lethargic, you're tired all the time, you don't feel right in your body, then keto's not the diet for you, right? But I could go on it and I could feel like I have all this energy. I could lose a ton of weight. Do you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like there's never gonna be a universal answer to weight loss per person, right? There's not like a universal answer that's gonna be like, do this and you'll lose weight, right? But then you'll have people come in and they'll say, well, Taylor, fucking wrong. All you have to do is be in a calorie deficit. And I agree with that to a certain extent, okay? So a lot of people what you'll see is people saying calorie deficit, calorie deficit, calorie deficit. And while this is true, okay, two things can be true at once. A lot of people, or women that I have known that have gone into a calorie deficit and not lost weight, is usually due to something internally, right? Like a thyroid problem, or they're not educated enough in knowing how to do a calorie deficit correctly, right? So here's the thing, right? Like I've done calorie deficit before, and what does that mean? Let's just search up the right fucking, what is a calorie deficit? Okay, let's Google what the definition is. To lose weight, you need to eat and drink fewer calories than you burn, okay? And this is where things start to get complicated. If you're like, okay, then the solution is I'm going to burn 1,000 calories, right? This is just hypothetical, okay? I'm gonna burn 1,000 calories today. If I eat 2,000 calories, then the overall, if you subtract them, is 1,000. I basically ate 1,000 calories today. And then so you start asking yourself, well, okay, so then all I have to do is just burn more calories if I wanna eat more, right? And the problem that you kind of run into is, where is your baseline, right? And they have calories, like calorie calculators and all this stuff, and then you start calorie counting. And this is what I think, okay? This is my personal opinion. Yes, a calorie deficit works. Yes, there are other diets that may work for you. But my overall, like overarching question is is it healthy or is it unhealthy? So I said I went on a sugar detox, right? Essentially a low carb diet. People are gonna come at me and be like, that's unhealthy. You're promoting things that are unhealthy, but that's what works for me. When I go on a low carb diet, I lose weight, I get healthier, I clean up my diet, I'm still eating whole foods. Now, for example, a lot of people get confused with like, say, a vegan diet or vegetarian diet. You'll see somebody on a vegan diet and they're like, whoa, why didn't you, this is an actual common thing that happens, okay? Why didn't you lose weight? You're on a vegan diet, all you eat is vegan shit. How are you still, quote unquote, heavier, right? And it's because you can still eat unhealthy. You can still make unhealthy choices on certain diet plans. Do you know what I'm saying? So like, have you ever heard the term of like maybe like dirty bulk, right? When guys are bulking up, or women, when guys or women are bulking up in the gym and they want to get bigger and they want to gain more muscle mass. And so they eat more to gain more, and then they cut and they lose the fat, right? So they're trying to feed their muscles, grow their muscles, and then cut the fat at the end, like usually towards the summer, right? And there's a term called dirty bulk or clean bulking. And essentially what dirty bulking is you're eating trash food. You're eating trash food. You're just trying to hit your calorie mark so you can bulk up, right? And then clean bulking would be you're eating healthier foods and doing a clean, healthy bulk, right? And that's where you get people that look healthy on the outside and internally they're not healthy, right? They have high cholesterol, high blood pressure, they're insulin resistant, whatever it may be, right? And so what I think needs to be promoted more in whatever you're doing, whatever works for you, is it healthy? So I ran across this because I've done keto before. Keto's worked for me. Have I done it long term? No. But do I do it every like 2 to 3 months, kind of like slow down on the carbs? Yes. Okay. So what would that mean? What would that look like, Taylor? That would look like, instead of buying bakery cookies like that I absolutely love. There's like these Reese cookies from Jewel. Oh my goodness. They're peanut butter cookies and they have like Reese cups on top of them. Delicious. Okay. Instead of buying those cookies that are essentially 400 to 500 calories per cookie with tons of sugar, I'm not going to get those anymore. I'm going to opt for maybe a chocolate protein shake or a protein pancake with some chocolate chips in it, right? I'm going to opt for something more healthy. And that's my way of trying to be healthier, right? And so the thing that I've noticed, that if I start telling people that I'm on a sugar detox or I'm trying to eliminate the amount of sugar that I consume, people get very angry. People will literally be like, you're promoting this restrictive lifestyle. Like, how realistic is that? Like, you need to set realistic expectations. And while I understand that, right, you can go down this serious rabbit hole of we consume way too much sugar on a day-to-day basis due to the food in America, right? The food in the United States. And I feel like that's where people like miss, like there's no connection there. So you've ever heard of people that travel to different countries like Europe and Spain? Like I was in Spain for 6 months. I dropped weight without even trying. And it's because of the food, right? A lot of things that are banned in other countries that are okay in the United States, right? Like red dye, like red 40, I think it is. There's just a bunch of things, right? That's why you'll see a lot of like Europeans or different people in different countries trying Americans' food because it's literally banned in other countries, right? See, now I'm going on this whole conspiracy theory or whatever you want to call it. Just hear me out, okay? The average person, which I Googled it, I pulled it up here. It's from Harvard, okay? The School of Public Health. The AHA suggests a stricter added sugar limit of no more than 100 calories per day, okay, of sugar. We're talking about strictly sugar. About 6 teaspoons or 24 grams for most adult women and 36 grams for most men. What does that mean? I want you to take any food item, okay, and look at the back of it to see how much sugar is in it. And you will find that there is a shit ton of sugar in a lot of our stuff, right? And that's not normal, okay? There's way too much sugar in a lot of the foods that we eat. Then when you're trying to eliminate sugar, you end up eliminating a lot of these foods, which where people are saying you're creating this restrictive diet, right? But in reality, it's because of our food industry putting too much sugar in shit that doesn't belong, right? Just grab any fucking spaghetti sauce. Grab any spaghetti sauce. Shit ton of sugar. Added sugar. Not sugar because it's a tomato. I'm talking about added sugar. Let's Google how much sugar does a fucking tomato have, okay? Trust me when I tell you tomato sugar content. Okay, let's see. How much sugar? A small tomato contains 3.5 grams of sugar. A very small amount. Okay, so if you have a bunch of tomatoes, there shouldn't be a lot of sugar in fucking spaghetti sauce. But what you'll see is there's like 6 to 7 tablespoons or teaspoons of sugar added to spaghetti sauce. What, like why is that? And I think that there's a yogurt brand that my mom was telling me about. A Swedish man came to the United States and was looking for yogurt, and he was appalled by the amount of sugar and how sweet our yogurt is compared to the yogurt in Sweden. And so he made a brand, which let's Google it together. Swedish yogurt brand. It's Siggy's. Yeah, it's Siggy's. It's Icelandic yogurt. And there's only, I think like 2 grams of sugar in the entire thing. Because we put so much fucking shit in our shit, okay? So the problem really is the United States. And this is what I'm talking about. I made a TikTok the other day and somebody was so pissed off at me. I said like, it's really hard when you're going through like a healing process or a quote unquote woke process, and you start like realizing things and you try to have conversations with people and they just don't fucking get it, and then they just start yelling at you like this, right? Like if I start talking about like sugar content, if it gets to the wrong people in the wrong way, they're gonna see it as me basically saying like everything's bad for you. And that's the thing, because it's so hard, because then you start going down these like government conspiracy theories, and I could talk about this all day, dude. If you think about it and if you go back and you do your own research and stuff, like there was a lot of fiber that used to be in our bread. So basically what kind of happened is that in the 1970s and 80s, there was this fat panic because people started drinking more soda, right? In that, they started this whole low fat diet. So they're like, oh, the way to stop gaining weight is to eat more low fat products. By doing so, we ended up consuming more sugar. And then the United States just started adding more and more sugar into things. And then they kind of like never reverted back. Because if you think about it, if you add more sugar in something, it like hits a dopamine in your brain that makes you want it more. So you end up consuming more sugar. And it should not be this difficult to detox from sugar. It should not be this end all be all of like, oh, you're being so restrictive because you're not allowing yourself to have sugar. But the reality of it is that we're consuming way too much sugar on a day-to-day basis. And then you'll have things like, I don't know how to pronounce it, like erythritol, like it's like a fake sugar, or monk fruit and stuff like that. It's all very like hard to explain to your everyday person, because then you end up down this like deep dark rabbit hole of, well, what is actually happening? And what's actually happening is that none of our food is good. And then you feel this like overwhelming defeat of like, I can't do anything right. You know what I mean? A lot of people shit on other people's diets, right? Let's just talk about fad diets for a second, okay? What's a fad diet? Basically a crash diet. I have done every single one of them. I have done every single one of them. You name it, I've done it. There's like a military diet where you eat a grapefruit and a fucking cottage cheese and a hard-boiled egg. There's the Beyonce diet, and that was insane. That was let's Google it. There was a liquid-only diet. I don't know when this was because it doesn't say here, but this Beyonce diet that became super popular when I was probably about like 13. It was the lemonade diet, and it was called the Master Cleanse. It was a liquid-only diet consisting of a lemonade-like beverage, salt water, and herbal laxative tea. So you would cycle between this lemonade cayenne pepper water to tea to salt water. Essentially, you're just cleaning out your system. And so yeah, you would drop weight, but the weight that you were dropping was with the fact that you weren't fucking consuming shit for a week on end. It was probably one of the worst diets that I've ever seen in my entire life. Have done it before. It was hell, okay? There was also this pill that was like new, that was a diet thing. I think it was called Allie. It was a pill. Let's Google it. Allie diet pills. Yeah, it was an Allie diet pill. They're still being sold on the market today. And it basically made you shit yourself. Like it made you shit yourself. You literally, the thing that it did from what I remember, and this is just based off memory, and I had to be like 16 when this was happening, was that it took all the fat out of the food that you ate and you shit out the fat. People were having shit attacks, literal shit attacks. People were like running to the bathroom, like America was shitting. Like people were literally, I remember, I think my mom was on it at one point. You just can't hold you have bowel movements every 5 fucking seconds. Like it's insane. And I'm pretty sure that there was a lawsuit against this pill company because it fucked people up. Like it literally fucked people up. So what's the moral of the story of all of this that I'm talking about? People want to lose weight. That's the answer. And people want to do it in a way that's easy, fast, and cost effective. There's some magical pill that I could ball up and hand to you and say, this will make you lose weight. You're gonna do it, right? What's the craze right now? Ozempic. Everybody's talking about Ozempic, which is essentially a what? Okay, what is Ozempic? It's a insulin resistant fucking drug, right? So let's see. What is Ozempic? It helps lower blood sugar by helping the pancreas make more insulin. Okay, so what is Ozempic used for? Diabetes, okay? To manage blood glucose levels and HbA1c in people with type 2 diabetes. Okay, so let's follow the train. Okay, let's follow what I'm saying. What is type 2 diabetes? It's a condition that happens because of a problem in the way the body regulates and uses sugar as fuel. The sugar also is called glucose. This long-term condition results in too much sugar circulating in the blood. If you got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, basically type 2 diabetes is insulin resistance, right? And so people use Ozempic for diabetes because it helps lower your blood sugar levels, right? If you stop consuming sugar, you by default lower your blood sugar levels, right? Like you are doing that thing, right? You are lowering your blood sugar levels, right? People are taking Ozempic that is meant for people with diabetes that have regular, they don't have insulin resistance and they're losing weight because their body isn't using sugar as fuel. Does that make sense? So instead, let's just Google, what does Ozempic do? What does Ozempic do? It helps lower blood sugar by helping the pancreas make more insulin. It's not approved for weight loss, but it might be prescribed for weight loss, okay? What does it do for non-diabetics? Regulates appetite, increases feeling of fullness, and promote weight loss. And so you have to ask yourself, right? So if this is what's happening, the active ingredient in Ozempic is semaglutide, which works by inducing feeling satisfied. Now I'm just pulling random things off the internet. See, it says semaglutide works by mimicking the role of a natural hormone called GLP-1. Glucagon, like peptide 1, normally produced in response to detecting nutrients when we eat. GLP-1 is part of the signaling pathway that tells your body you have eaten and prepare it to use the energy that comes for your food. What that means is the nutrients that trigger GLP-1 secretion are macronutrients, simple sugars, peptides, and amino acids from proteins, and short-chain fatty acids, which is probably a triglyceride, from fats and also produced by good gut bacteria. There are lots of macronutrients in energy-dense foods. So basically, this food could be good fats like avocado or nuts or lean protein source like eggs, and foods high in fermentable fibers like vegetables and whole grains, right? What is this saying? What is this saying? It's saying eat a high fiber, high protein, high fats food, like diet. That's what it's saying. And so when we look at something like the keto diet or the Atkins diet, if you've heard of either one of those, they're essentially the same thing. At their core, if you broke it down into bones of the fucking diet, they're the same thing. What happens is history repeats itself every 10 years or whatever. How often does history repeat itself? History tends to repeat itself every 80 years or so. Okay, well with diets, it's probably every 5 fucking years. Okay, so or 10 years. In the early 2000s, what was in fashion repeats itself. The low-rise jeans, and usually fashion follows what? Dieting. Fashion follows women's body types, okay? See, we're going down a real fucking spiral here, but hear me out, okay? You'll see fashion and women's body types coincide. Like Kim K, the BBL, all of that was very bodycon dresses, skin tight things, showing your ass, showing your waist, very thin waist, very large boobs and ass, right? Fashion followed whatever that body type was, okay? Now we're kind of entering the Y2K era where it's very much low-rise jeans, super flat stomach, super flat body type, very thin looking. The thing is that the reason for that being is because of this This is insane, but it's this push that women need to look a certain way to feed the male gaze. And like, it's just the whole thing in summary. It's all back into this misogynistic idea that we feed into the male gaze. And it switches every so often what we're doing, right? Like, I don't even know how else to explain this, but this is how it is, right? If history repeats itself, right? So when did the Atkins diet come out? Let's do a little look. So the Atkins diet first came out in the 1960s. When did the keto diet come out? Oh, in the 1920s. So the keto diet was actually first, and then it was the Atkins diet. They're very similar, but they're not the same, okay? And the difference between them, the main difference, I believe, is the amount of carb content you're allowed to consume on a daily basis. So in the 1920s, the keto diet came out, and it's to mimic metabolic fasting, and it was introduced by modern physicians as a treatment for epilepsy in the 1920s. And for 2 decades, this was widely used, but with the modern era of anti-epileptic drug treatment, it used to decline dramatically. And then the Atkins diet came out. And if you notice, there's this trend of it started off to try to treat an actual like symptom of something, like an actual disease or something. Like epilepsy was for the keto diet. You're seeing Ozempic that's used to treat diabetes. We're now using it for weight loss, right? So anything that kind of triggers a weight loss thing, people kind of like go on to. Do you get what I'm saying? So the keto diet was created to treat epilepsy. The Atkins diet was created for cardiologist Robert Atkins created the Atkins diet in the 1960s. He believed that carbohydrates, not fat, were responsible for health problems and weight gain. As a result, his diet focused on eating plenty of fat, some protein, and very few carbs. The goal of the Atkins diet is to change your metabolism. Same thing the keto diet is saying, okay? So what they do every so often, people either re-find out about things the new generation didn't know about, they make it popular again. So they package it up in a different box, different bow, and sell it to you again. Same thing with Allie, right? So like Allie, the diet pill. I guarantee you that there's some new, let's see, the newest diet pill would be Ozempic, right? Let's see, the newest diet pill is semaglutide, which is essentially what Ozempic is made out of, right? That's the same thing. Ozempic and semaglutide, I don't know how to say that word. It's essentially the same thing, right? So it's just, they're just packaging it up in a different bow and handing it to you, right? And so my question is, after all this, right, what is the solution? What is the answer, right? So you want to start working out, you want to be healthy, right? You want to lose weight, you want to just, this 2024 is going to be your year. Your New Year's resolution is going to be, I want to just be a different person. I want to be a better person. I want to be healthier, right? And my question is it healthy? Whatever choice you make, right? Is it healthy? Is it a healthy choice? Do I think that the regular everyday people should be taking Ozempic? No, I don't. Or people that are doing a calorie deficit, right? Say you're eating less calories than you burn. You're eating shit foods. Are you doing it a healthy way? And I think that any diet, anything that promotes weight loss, you have to ask the question, is it healthy or is it unhealthy? And you can do this in any situation, right? With your relationship, with your friends, with your dynamics, with your parents, how you communicate with people at your job. Is it healthy or is it unhealthy? And this is a very common like therapist thing. Like my therapist did this to me any single time that I was in a problem. Is it healthy or is it unhealthy? Are the choices you're making healthy or are they unhealthy? And that's the question I think that we need to be asking when it comes to diet culture, because I feel like that gets lost in goals, people's own motivation and how they were affected by a certain diet, right? So you'll hear somebody that does, like, let's just use the Beyonce diet, right? They do the Beyonce diet and they lose a shit ton of weight. Their goal was to lose a shit ton of weight in a short period of time. So their diet and what they did got them their goal, right? And so let's say your goal is to lose some weight, but you want to tone up and you do the Beyonce diet, and that doesn't do that for you. You're like, this diet is shit. And I feel like that's where the arguments come into play. And what's missing the mark is it healthy? Is it a healthy thing to be just consuming fucking lemonade and cayenne pepper every single day for a week? I don't think so, right? But then begs the question, what do you think is healthy and unhealthy? And this is a conversation I've had with so many people. And I feel like me in particular, because I'm vegetarian, this brings up another argument between people, which is, well, if I don't think eating meat is healthy and you think eating meat is healthy, we're already at a disagreement with our diets. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's so complicated, and I feel like there's so many gym influencers influencers and diet influencers out there now that are promoting their own shit so that they can make a profit off. And so it's so confusing. It's so overwhelming, especially when you're new to the gym, you're new to working out, and you're new to dieting and trying to figure out what works for you, that you're bombarded with all this information. Even now, even listening to this podcast, I guarantee you, you're like, bitch, this is too much. This is too fucking much. Fuck the diet. I'm just gonna eat the cake, you know? I'm not saying, you know, like me doing a sugar detox. Bitch, I broke it the other day. What the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? It's also like enjoying your life, right? What works for you. Are you a person that goes out all the time, likes to eat out, and you enjoy eating food, you enjoy eating good food? Then do that. You know what I mean? But like for me personally, my goals and what I want for my health and my body and how I want to look may be completely different than your goals. And I feel like we need to keep that in mind, right? And that's why I refuse to talk about on social media what I eat. I can't handle it. I can't handle the people attacking me and then the people saying like, you don't eat meat because of the animals. And it's too much, right? It's way too much for me. And so I think going into the new year, we all need to keep in mind, you don't need to follow some influencer's fucking, you know, meal plan or buy this meal plan. It's just like, you don't have to. And there are going to be people that are like, well, I did this and it worked for me. And you might do it and it might not work for you because there are so many different moving parts when it comes to weight loss. You have a different lifestyle than I do. You might work a waitressing job and you have different hours and it doesn't make sense for you to go to the gym every morning, or you have to move your schedule around, or, you know, you eat differently, or you have to eat at work and it's what's only available to you is this. It's just all of it is so different that I just don't think whenever a influencer or anybody promotes something that's like so tailored to themselves and tries to push their own diet and what they did onto you, I feel like that's where it's just like, oh, okay. But I mean, there are these overall arching themes, right, that we can all agree on, right? Eating healthy will promote weight loss. Moving your body more will promote weight loss, right? Having a healthier sleep schedule will promote weight loss. Drinking more water will promote weight loss, right? You have to do all of these things together in order to get the goal that you want. And I know what you're thinking right today. Well, you talk about your 30, 60, 90 and blah, blah, blah. That's why when I talk about my 30, 60, 90, I specifically say there's no set rules. Okay, the rules are you have to form a fucking habit. Okay, and that's where I feel very passionate about, right? I feel like a lot of these things or these fitness plans and stuff like that aren't helping you form a habit 90% of the time. It's this new thing that doesn't fit with your lifestyle. Do it for 30 days or a couple months and then you forget about it. That's where I have a hard time understanding how all of this works. So the conclusion of what I'm trying to say is the fact that I don't think that diet culture and the gym culture or gym TikTok or anything is healthy. Like, I just don't think it's healthy. And I've watched so many documentaries and read so many books from doctors and stuff that talk about different diets, right? And so like you'll see a lot on social media, fasting is essentially starving yourself, right? They're like, this is terrible for you. You shouldn't do it. But then if you look into different cultures and how they fast at nighttime for their religion, or you look into the actual meaning behind the term breakfast, right? It's you break your fast because you fast in your sleep. People take this fasting and go to an extreme, right? They're like, I'm gonna fast for 7 days. So you're essentially not eating for 7 days. So then I ask the questions like, what's a healthy amount to fast? And people do like a 16-8. They eat for 8 hours, they fast for 16. And that's not hard to do, like at all. Like if you eat your first meal at 1 o'clock and then you stop eating at 8, you essentially just did an 8-16 fast. And so I just think that when you're choosing a diet and you're choosing a healthier lifestyle, just constantly ask yourself, is this healthy? Do I feel like this is healthy, right? And I feel like we can all make basic choices as a collective. This isn't healthy. If I'm gonna eat 6 donuts right now and nothing else today and maybe chug a Red Bull, that's probably not healthy. If I'm gonna have a Dunkin' Donuts coffee and then eat nothing all day and just fill up on caffeine, that's probably not healthy. So it's just like asking yourself those questions. Or let's do the opposite end. I'm gonna go to the gym and work out 3 hours in the morning and then 3 hours at night, and then I'm gonna measure my food to the exact gram and only eat that much. And if I work out a shit ton and I'm starving, I'm not gonna eat. That's also not healthy, right? And I feel like a lot of the times with these gym influencers, you know, like these juice heads at the gym, there's been this debate where it's like, do they have an ED? like because of the way that they eat and how restrictive they are with their food. And it's like, if you eat the same thing every single day, is that a problem? And you know what I mean? And it honestly gives me a headache. I see why. Like, there's this other influencer that I follow that I'm friends with, and she won't talk about what she's doing to lose weight because people attack you over it. You know, people have their own opinions. And I just think that at the end of the day, we should all just be asking ourselves, is this healthy or is this unhealthy? Where I think we should end it. And you should ask yourself that question. Don't ask anybody else. Do your own research, do your own thing. People will argue what's healthy and unhealthy, and it's fucking exhausting. You know, I could sit here, right? I'm drinking my little Celsius right now, right? I am not so sure that Celsius is healthy. You know, I left it out, it turned yellow. People are telling me oxidized. I don't fucking know, right? I didn't do my research, but I also bought it, so I want to drink it, right? And you'll have people that disagree that say caffeine is unhealthy. You know, if you're gonna be healthy, don't drink caffeine. I'm not in a state that I want to give up caffeine. I don't think caffeine is that really unhealthy to me. But I've also, there's this term called, what is it called? Oh, the age of misinformation. So basically, the misinformation age, that's what we're supposed to be in right now, apparently, from starting in, I think, 2019. And it's basically deriving from fake news, right? And alternative facts and disputing the validity of everything from climate change to the size of inauguration crowds, showing convincingly that what you believe depends on who you know. Okay, so that goes back to birds of a feather flock together, right? Who you're surrounded with and who you speak to, what they believe is going to affect what you believe, right? And so that's why I'm kind of going all over the place, but I feel like in school, what I was taught in my school was that to always have different opinions around you. Don't be friends all the time or shut down a conversation with somebody that has a different opinion than you. You want to have people around you that differ in political views, diet culture, whatever else, because if you just surround yourself, think about it like this, right? Everything around you confirms your own beliefs, right? You're on TikTok, you're scrolling, right? The algorithm favors whatever you like, right? So you're never getting a different opinion. You're never getting something that's different than from what you believe. So it reinforces and reassures you that your idea and your way of thinking is correct, right? And so I went to school for journalism. I've always been involved in journalism from high school, right? And you're always told to question everything. You're always told that there's always a bias. You know, you want to question. It's a very important trait to have, to be curious and to constantly question things. Because if you don't constantly question things, you're just gonna believe anything that anybody hands you. And this goes back to the whole diet culture thing. If I tell you the keto diet is the best diet for you and that's the thing that's gonna help you lose weight, and you have no different opinion on anything else, you're going to believe that, right? And if everybody around you, if your whole group, you have a group of 5 friends, let's say, they're all doing keto and they lost weight and you're like, duh, it works, whatever. And there's somebody that has a different opinion than them, because you have 5 friends that have done it that have worked, you're gonna say that that person is wrong. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just basically, my point is that you need to do your own research, and everybody can find information that supports their opinion, right? So like, if I go online right now and say, is the keto diet bad? I can find 17 articles that says the keto diet is bad. Like, I could Google it right now. Is keto bad for you? If I just Google, is keto bad? The search results that pop up is keto bad for high blood pressure? Is keto bad for gout? Is keto bad for women's hormones? Is keto bad for your liver? Is it bad for your kidneys? Is it bad for your cholesterol? It could lower blood pressure, blah, blah, blah. Keto's bullshit. Keto, it's probably not right for you. Science is the news. The 11 biggest keto diet dangers you need to know about. And this is just that, you know what I mean? Like, you could Google anything. In any way that you Google something, it's gonna feed you that. So like, say I'm in an argument with you and I'm saying keto is bad. I just found 4 articles that said there's 11 reasons why it's bad for you. Do you know what I'm saying? So you kind of just have to really do your own research, and you have to tailor your goals in a healthy way. Your goals need to be healthy, and that's what's going to ultimately lead you to making healthy choices, right? So if my goal is to lose 30 pounds by the end of the month and it's December 12th and I got 15 days or 20 more days to lose 30 pounds, is that realistic? No. Is it possible? Yeah. I could fast for a week and a half and then not eat shit, and then, okay, yeah, maybe I might lose 20 pounds, but is that healthy? No. So what I want to leave you with in this entire podcast, because I kind of went all over the place today, and I really hope you guys like the video and sound quality, but what I want to leave you with is whatever diet, whatever regime that you end up choosing, ask yourself, is it healthy or is it unhealthy? And do your own research. Research your own shit. Research shit that's confirmed by different doctors or nutritionists or whatever, you know what I mean? And choose what works for you, and don't let anybody bully you into picking something else because they feel like it's healthier for you. Do you get what I'm saying? So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I know that the New Year's resolutions are coming up and everybody's gonna want to be losing weight and back at the gym. So just a friendly reminder that when you're going through this, to not be discouraged by people that are choosing different lifestyles or different diets than you or different workout regimes and stuff like that, right? So just set realistic goals, set yourself up for success, and constantly ask yourself, is this healthy or is this unhealthy? I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please don't forget to like and subscribe the Alleged Tea podcast on YouTube and Spotify. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys listening. I will see you on next week's episode. Love you.